In the summer of 1944, amid the roar of World War II, a lanky young man from California, named Buford Theodore Andy Anderson, stood with his unit on a battlefield that offered little mercy. He was not the loudest soldier, nor the one most likely to demand attention. He listened more than he spoke, and in the presence of danger he did not become reckless, only precise. When a surprise attack struck and gunfire swept across the position from every side, fear moved through the ranks like smoke. Anderson felt it too, but he did not retreat. He ran forward through the storm of bullets, exposed himself to enemy fire, and held a vital position long enough for his comrades to survive. He was not chasing glory. He was doing what had to be done. For that act of courage, he was later awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military decoration in the United States. What made his story unusual was what came next. After the war, Anderson returned to California and chose a life that seemed almost invisible. Near Salinas, he worked, greeted his neighbors with an easy smile, and rarely spoke about the battlefield. He did not display his medals as trophies, and he did not tell stories to remind others of what he had done. To him, the war had been a duty answered at the cost of fear, not a chapter to be admired from a distance. Decades passed, and many people knew him only as a quiet, ordinary man who lived without complaint. Few guessed that the modest neighbor down the street had once stood in the open while bullets fell around him, and held his ground for others. When Anderson died on November 7, 1996, at the age of 74, the fuller truth began to emerge. His name was remembered not only for a medal, but for a rare kind of restraint. His legacy became more than an act of bravery in combat. It became the life he chose afterward, a life of humility, silence, and refusal to turn courage into spectacle. In the end, Andy Anderson was remembered as a man who proved that true heroism does not always announce itself. Sometimes it stands in the open when needed, then returns home and speaks no more of it.